Nothing bigger than Fridays here on Morning Offering when it's time to get real with the one, the only Debbie Georgianni, Debbie Georgia NNI. Good morning to you, Debbie.
Good morning, Dave and Ron. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you mentioned Juneteenth and the history behind this day. Dave, it's so important for us to always know the history of things and to remember and to also, pray for people and to honor people, to learn from history. Very important. I'm a history buff. Wanted to also say to both of you, happy Father's Day, because I probably won't talk to you on Sunday. Yeah, happy Father's Day. So trivia, because you guys love trivia. Which president made Father's Day a national holiday?
Oh, my goodness.
In the U.S.
We covered this a little bit. It was first celebrated out in Arizona, right? No.
Yeah, at my parents' house. Yeah.
Yeah, right. No, it was first marked. We did this, Spokane, Washington, I'm sorry. But that was just there locally. So I would say that it was President Wilson.
Oh, okay. How about you, Ron?
Well, I was thinking LBJ and Kennedy, but
wow. Okay. Yeah, I would have never guessed this. Richard Nixon.
It was Nixon.
No kidding.
So it didn't become a national until Nixon in 72 or later. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
wow. That's crazy.
It became a national holiday in the U.S. in 1972. Yeah. Okay. Well, so back to the Get Real. Okay. What is the favorite, what would you say is the favorite activity that families do together on Father's Day?
Barbecue.
Yes, correct. Okay,
Yeah.
Barbecuing or grilling. And what's the reason for that? Tell me the reason, if you think what the reason is.
What is it, to give the mothers get another day off or what?
Yeah, to give the mothers a break, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, typically you'll see a lot of guys around a grill, right?
Yeah.
Guys like to grill. They like to talk, and they like to be outside,
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've got this activity that is outdoors. It brings people together, and it's spending that real, true quality time. Okay. And with that, if you have those elements, outdoors, bringing people together, quality time, what does it produce? It produces memories.
Oh, amen. Yeah.
Okay. And so it's so cool when you think about that, because we sometimes take it for granted. Oh yeah, we'll just go over to our parents' house and we'll barbecue some things and we'll sit around, play some games, and we'll spend time with Dad. Okay, yeah, it sounds great, because that's kind of like what so many people will do for Father's Day or even for Mother's Day, and for these two U.S. holidays. But really, it's the idea of spending that precious quality time together in a just relaxed fashion. Outdoors. Outdoors. The outdoor part is the key. Because in nature, so many people, breathe, they relax, they take it all in. It just, everybody knows that. Go on a why do people go on picnics?
Right.
I mean, really, when you think about it, who wants to go on a picnic where you have ants everywhere around your food
Right.
and flies and stuff? It's like, that does not sound, enjoyable to me, right? Okay, but why? Because when you're outside and you are relaxing. Do you remember the movie? I don't like to promote movies that are not that great morally and ethically and everything. But remember the famous movie Pretty Woman with Richard Gere and Julia Roberts? And there's the one scene in that movie where she just tells him to unwind, take off his shoes, go walk, outside, and just relax in such a
Right.
way, because he's not uptight with his business dealings and stuff. And he had a whole different mindset. He had a whole different attitude, a whole different outlook about even life in general. It's so true in that sense. And that movie is the only example I could think of right now early in the morning. But I will tell you that if you get people outside and start to spend that quality time together, it really is very bonding. But the key is it makes lasting memories. And so I would just, for the Get Real, especially, because life coaching is kind of the angle for this particular segment for your morning show. I would just say that, it's when you are going to spend that time with your parents and they are still with us, and you're going to be spending it with your dad and he is still with us, do something that creates some kind of relaxed memory that actually could bring in, if the weather is permitting, bring in the outdoors. It's so key. If your dad is no longer with us, he has gone home to meet the Lord, maybe you could go visit him at the cemetery.
Good idea.
That is outdoors. And so it is so interesting how this all works. But these little things, just are reminders of, actually being in a relaxed setting. Sometimes in people's homes, inside the home, it's not that comfortable. There's tension. Sometimes in a restaurant, it's too noisy, right? But being outdoors where you could just be sitting there, and really just taking in that beautiful one-on-one time with this very wonderful hero of ours, which is our dads, right? That, so many times you talk to people, who's your hero? My dad, my dad, my dad.
Yeah.
How beautiful is that? So it's just a reminder that these little elements that if you can incorporate into these holidays, you can make them even more memorable.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's
like
a big
it.
difference between visiting and engaging, right?
Exactly. You nailed it. But you said it in one sentence. It took me 9 minutes.
Yours is much more, it painted a much better picture.
And you know what it makes me think of, Debbie, is Chosen, and how often they show Jesus and his followers outside.
Exactly.
Even kind of camping out overnight and all
Exactly.
that good stuff.
That's how you make memories.
Good
All right,
stuff.
have a beautiful weekend. Happy Father's Day. Catch us for take 2. We're talking about putting down our beloved pets.
Perfect.
Ooh,
Oh, man.
all right, that's
Good
a
show.
tough one. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you.